What's up everyone? Art Morrison III here with another episode of United We Invest TV, and we're standing here at 564 Marlborough Road, a 4-bedroom, 3-bath property that we are excited to flip and present to you. But before we do, as always, we gotta go through the before walkthrough so you can see the gritty, grimy that we have to go through before we transition this property to a presentable property to market and sell. So let's do the backyard first. So where we're standing at right now is the driveway of the backyard. Obviously, we're gonna pave this driveway. I'm sorry, not of the backyard, of the property, but it leads all the way to the backyard, which is pretty cool because once we turn this corner, you'll see exactly how big this backyard is. So we're gonna explore potential paving a kind of parking area for you to pull into, or maybe just paving the driveway. You also can see a pretty sizable deck on the rear of the house, which we'll explore a little more once we go inside. All right, so huge backyard, long driveway to fit multiple cars for this large 1,800 square foot house. Let's go through the front door. All right, so as you can see, the front yard needs a little work. So we have our work cut out for us because of how close we are to the street and this weird landscaping with trees that have roots growing under this porch. The porch is on a gangster lean, so we're obviously gonna have to mitigate this area here, but once you enter the house, it's really not that bad. It's warm, welcome. If you're watching this on camera and it got dark, to me that means it's warm, right? It makes you feel at home. It got immediately quiet in here. So what we're standing at right now is the sunroom. Plenty of windows. I think it used to be a front porch maybe, but it was enclosed. All the windows are already brand new. If you look behind you there, you see 2 windows that are closed up with a coat closet installed. Next room, this is a little weird one too. Living room, I guess, but we're gonna knock out a lot of these walls, wrap these pillars in some nice, beautiful, I don't know, Roman looking pillars. So anyway, we're gonna open this up so that it's sort of an open concept with these pillars, which kind of complicate the living room because like, okay, where do you put a TV and a couch? We'll worry about that once we start gutting and demoing this thing. But if you haven't noticed, it's already pretty much, I'd say like 60–75% gutted. Where we're standing at right now is the dining room. Imagine, if you can, in this poop show of a property, a beautiful chandelier here, light shining through, maybe benches along the bottom of the windows. That's the look that we're going for. Over here, the previous owner, who also was flipping the house but got foreclosed on, had the kitchen in this weird small corner. So we have an 1,800 square foot house with the kitchen tucked in this corner. So what we decided to do is leave that corner as a nook library. And again, all these things might change. So into the kitchen, the real kitchen. Okay, so back here, I don't know what they thought this room was going to be, but we're going to transition it into a kitchen because of the entrance or exit onto the huge patio for great hosting. Let's actually check that out first. So again, you guys can see how much space we have to the left, to the right, behind me for hosting on this really awesome back patio deck, okay? Now the reason why I mentioned that while I introduce the kitchen is because our goal is maybe slap a sliding door here on this wall so you can enter onto the larger portion or the more likely to be hosted on portion of the deck. All right, over here, laundry room. Laundry hookup already installed. This is gonna be easy. We just gotta make this room look pretty. Right next door, bathroom. Now, I don't know if we're gonna keep the shower that small. Again, the plumbing's all complete for a bathroom to be right off the kitchen on the first floor. It's the only bathroom on the first floor, but there's 2 bathrooms upstairs. Let's check it out. All right, which room to do first? To my right, master bedroom. This bedroom sits right on top of what is going to be the kitchen. So you have very similar square footage, nice large size. Our intent is to make this the master bedroom. As you can see, the previous owners installed for us a nice walk-in closet, great size closet. Anytime I can do jumping jacks in an area at 6'7", and you know it's a pretty big area. About identical size is another bathroom. Again, we got that small shower pan there. Not sure if we're gonna leave the shower that same size, but we'll see when it's time to spend the money on it. Next room, Here's another room with some sizable square footage. Beautiful lighting, 3 windows, letting a lot of light into this room. We have a full length closet here, so not quite walk-in, but they already installed 2 closets with 2 separate entrances, plenty of space to store all of your clothes, shoes, and whatever swag you might have. Now here's the bathroom that would be a shared bathroom. Another nice size. They have the tub installed, the plumbing installed. So these are things that we should be able to zip through fairly easily. And right off of that are 2 identical bedrooms facing the front of the house. 2 identical bedrooms. Not the biggest bedrooms in the world, but certainly perfect for, you know, children of any age. If you look at the closet space over here, I mean, this is just great. I wish I had a room with a closet that size when I was younger. And again, identical room here. All right, last but not least is the attic. And you're probably wondering, okay, where's the basement? There's not necessarily a basement. The previous owner installed 2 HVAC systems, one in the basement, one in the attic. The downstairs basement actually has water in it right now because of some sort of neglect. So we're gonna have to install a sump pump before we can get some video footage down there. But up here is an attic, which if you're looking at it, I'm sure you're like, how is Art gonna fit up there? I don't know what they were thinking with this slim entryway. So we're thinking about getting away with this and making this closet and room larger, or just leaving it as it is if it passes township code. But if we get rid of it, we'll have a pull down somewhere, and I'll show you why. Man, it's hot up here. So, as you can see, the HVAC system and some of the ducts are ran through the attic. So they kind of took away our ability to have this as extra living space. And we don't want to backtrack too much with work that they've already done. So it's not necessary for us to build more accessible stairs. If anything, we can go less accessible because we know we're not going to be using this as living space. But we are extremely blessed that we have 2 brand new HVAC systems installed that saves us a ton of money on the work. And I'm excited to see how well these dual systems cool and heat the house. All right, guys, let's talk about the outside really quickly. If you look at the property, you can see that literally the siding is falling off of the property. So we're obviously gonna replace the siding. I personally wanna do a dark blue color with white trim and like maybe even black accents, mix it up a bit and really give it this modern look and feel. Outside of that, there's not really much to do outside of the gutters and the vinyl trim, because again, we've been blessed with this property that the previous owner did a lot of work because they had planned to flip it. Plenty of the windows, or most of the windows, are new. So we're gonna save a lot of money on windows, which would allow us to maybe even invest more in some doper, higher quality siding. All right, guys, that's a before look at 564 Marlboro Road in Old Bridge, New Jersey. I'll see you guys after we flip this property.
Back to UHR TV. I am here with my main guy Benji. I'm Kate McCready and we're at our flip in Old Bridge, New Jersey. As you can see, there's some construction still going on, but we're almost finished, so we're gonna walk you through the back. And this is the big backyard. We couldn't get through the front door, so we are going through the back sliding door off of the deck, but this would be a good opportunity to show you the backyard. This property sits on a half-acre lot, which is a huge selling point. It's great for entertaining, great for sitting outside on summer nights because we're in Jersey still. But let's take a look inside. So the back sliding door is off of the kitchen. We've installed all new granite countertops, backsplash, brand new cabinets. As you could see before, I mean, everything is brand new. This house was completely gutted. Just the framing was up. There weren't any walls, there weren't even any floors, and I'm pretty sure there were holes in the floor. So everything is obviously brand new. Hardwood flooring all throughout the house. Right off of the kitchen, there is a full bathroom. This is one of 3 full bathrooms in the home. And in here is a nice sized laundry room. You can fit next to each other a washer and a dryer, and then there's a ton of space for any type of storage that you may need in here. This is a beautiful dining area. The lighting and I think just the space here is very cool. So in here is a nice large space for living your family area. You can Put a couch in here, TV, just like a nice space to sit and hang out. And then this is actually the front door here, the one that we weren't able to walk in. Over here we have a big closet for any type of coats or whatever storage the future owners want to use it for. So let's take a look upstairs. So this is the upstairs. This is where all 4 bedrooms are. Over here to my right is the master bedroom. It's a large space, as you can see, big brand new windows that overlook the backyard, and a nice massive walk-in closet. Over here we have the master bathroom. It's a full bathroom. New vanity, new shower. I love the backsplash on this shower. It goes along with all the warm colors in the house. It adds a little texture and just gives it that prestige feel. So into the second bedroom. Over here before, this closet was the entire wall. We decided to shift it over so that we can share the space with the other bedroom, which I'll show you in a second. Again, similar to the dining area, this little window situation that I like. Little divot, it provides a lot of nice light and a nice shape to the room. Now, if you don't remember before, there was stairs here that were leading up to the attic. In order to add a closet to make sure that we had 4 bedrooms here, we closed those stairs and put in the pull down up here to go into the attic, which is nice and spacious. We're not gonna go up there today because it's hot. But into the 3rd bedroom here, you'll see where we created space for the closet here. And it still allows a nice good size bedroom. And last but not least, the 4th bedroom. Similar to the one we were just in, with a little bit bigger of a closet over here. And for the 3rd bathroom, this one's actually my favorite bathroom. I love the floors in here, just the coloring of it, the vanity, and the nice all new fresh neutral tones in here. Benji's new to stairs. So in a lot of our flips, we go with the white and gray, very airy tones. Luckily I'm short, so that didn't get me in the head. But for this one, this house is so big and so spacious, we were able to go with a more warm tone, more warm theme of the house. As you can see, the walls are a little more of that warm brown tannish, along with the dark hardwood floors. So that is our flip at 564 Marlborough Road in Old Bridge, New Jersey. We hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next one.